Hi everyone, I'm Acacia Courtney, pleased to be joined by the one and only Ron Nicoletti, and we're talking the Rainbow Six. Ronnie, mandatory payout in the Rainbow Six on Saturday, races 7 through 12, and it looks like it's going to be a massive pool.
Yeah, once again, it's going to be a massive pool, and came close last week when we had the mandatory payouts. So we're going to try and get it today. And once again, like I said last week, I'm going to be swinging for the fences. I've been saving up all week since I heard that we're going to have the mandatory payout. So I have a pretty nice ticket I think I put together. Let's see if I can get it done this week.
All right, let's look at our two tickets in here. I went 115.20, spreading in a couple of races and just using a few horses. My tactic, Ron, was wanting to use 4 horses in the first leg so that I don't get knocked out. And then we also have a nice stake in the sequence. We have the Sunshine Forever, where we're going to see the return of Preakness winner War of Will. And that turned out to be a really salty field in race number 9. And I'm hoping I get some prices maybe a little bit later on in race 11. That's a race that I spread in as well. So 115.20 for my ticket. How'd you see it?
Well, 194.40 for me, and the way I looked at it, I mean, I love a horse in that race where War of Will is. We'll talk about it. War of Will is in talking about it. I didn't know what to do in race number 8. So you're talking about a race where you're going to go deep. There's 2 trains of thought in that race. You either take Louis Kingdom, who's dropping down for Larry Ravelli, or you go some other way and go deep in there, which I did. So 194.40 for me. As I said, I'm swinging for the fences this time out.
Well, it's going to be several $1 million in the pool, so I think that that'll just kind of be almost a little bit of a drop in a bucket there. And maybe, you know, if you like some of the horses that we do, you can trim down your tickets a little bit if you all are playing at home. So, Ronnie, let's go through the sequence quickly. Starts in race number 7. Again, just a 20-cent base wager. 5 furlongs on the turf. I went 4 deep in here. I had liked Envied last time out off the layoff, turning back to sprint. I thought she actually ran sneakily very well. So I think that she is logical in here for me as my top pick. But again, I went 4 deep, not wanting to get kicked out in the first leg.
Yeah, I went 3 deep, and I sort of like the 10 in there. Compensated as a versatile daughter of Leon's match. She's run well on synthetic, turf, dirt, and she was in the Melody of Colors last time out, and I thought she ran very well. Trained by Cam Gambelotti. I thought Foolish Humor was the one to beat in there, and it's a couple of jockeys switching. Irad's going to be on Foolish Humor. Louis going to the other one. So I did go 3 deep. I also used Fast Score, the number 3, because Tim Ham, I really respect the work that he does. So 3 deep for me in race 7.
I also used Fast Scene, the number 3. That one's a stakes winner already, as well as faced some good company up at Woodbine, too. And last was seen in the Indian Summer at Keeneland back in October. So fun way to kick things off. We go to the dirt in race 8, 6 furlongs for this condition claiming race in here. And you're right, the race does revolve around Louis Kingdom. I actually only went 2 deep in this race run. I have a long shot I like in here. I like the number 2, Harper Go Lucky, for Henry Colazzo. So I'm using that one along with Louis Kingdom.
Well, I got to hit that horse on my ticket 2 in second behind Louis Kingdom. I found the same thing that you did there. The horse that scared me in there was the 8 Reserve Not Attained. You know, Louis Sire's going on. This one ran well in the dirt last year, so I was afraid to leave it off. Either you stand with that Louis Kingdom or Harper Go Lucky, or you go deep in there, and that's why I went 4 deep.
Maybe try to get a price, or maybe that's where you might feel the free bingo square could potentially be, but that does not seem to be the case in the 9th race round. This is the Sunshine Forever. I mean, what a strong stake this came up. I mean, the horse is coming out of really tough graded stakes.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a grade 1 to me. There's some grade 1 stakes place horses in here. I absolutely love a horse in here in the number 9, Social Paranoia. My best bet of the afternoon. I know War of Will is in there. I keep thinking when I look at the past performance, this is a stepping stone for War of Will. I don't know if he has to win. Now, I did go 3 deep in there. On my B ticket, I'm singing Social Paranoia. I just love this horse coming into him, as I mentioned, grade 1 stakes place. Won Appleton, and I'm using Water Will at Admission Office, but I'm going to have my B ticket with Social Paranoia single.
I'm with you. I have Social Paranoia on top as well. And it seems War of Will, though his pedigree really is more turf. He's been really good on the dirt. I ended up going 3 deep in this race. But I agree with you. I mean, if you feel really strongly about Social Paranoia. We go on about how tough a race it is. He looks, I think, actually really tough to beat. His stablemate Halliday, I think, will be part of the speed. Or Will has some speed as well. It should set up for a closure like Social Paranoia. Also gets a little bit more distance than the mile last time, which I did think was actually a touch short for him. And he just came flying late last time out. I'm also excited, Ron, to see Hawkish back. We all remember when he broke his maiden at First Asking here at Gulfstream. He's had some health issues that have been rectified. He's been training really, really well for Jimmy Toner. He's another one that'll be running late.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic race. And when we say A ticket, B ticket, there's certain spots where you can go and maybe you love a horse like we do in a certain race, you single it when you're putting your ticket together. There's a couple of different ways you can go in there. But back to that race again, it's absolutely fantastic.
And really looking forward to that one. You've also got Admission Office coming out of Facing Zulu Alpha in this last couple of races. I wonder, though, Ron, if this mile and 16th might be a touch short for him.
Yeah, I add him to the ticket for all the reasons that you just mentioned. I think he's really tough. He's won at the distance. He's had 3 races with a win, a second, and a third. But I think he likes to go longer. But I didn't want to get beat. So, the horse we talked the least about is War of Will. So we'll see what happens in that race. That horse could just come back and win for fun.
Yeah, he certainly could. It seems like he's been training very, very well up at Palmettos too. And though he has not actually won on turf, he came out of a troubled trip in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf and then switched to the dirt and then was so successful that they never looked back to the grass. But with his speed, this just might be a good comeback spot. And we're looking forward to seeing our 2019 Preakness winner reunited with Tyler Gaffleon. You and Tyler talked a lot about this horse in your carpool karaoke.
Yeah, we did, and that was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to be back there with my car with people next to me.
That's right. Hopefully soon we'll continue on with this sequence. Sticking on the turf in race 10 for this allowance optional claiming. I'm just too deep in here, Ron. I thought the speed of the 6th Battle of Blenheim compared with the closing kick of the 11 Shooting the Breeze, who I think has actually faced some of the best company lately and picks up Joel Rosario today. So I'm just using those two.
Yeah, I use those two too. Battle of Blenheim was one of the horses I was thinking about singling when I first put this together, Shooting the Breeze. But I also threw in Count the Orphan on my ticket in there for Ian Welch, Edgar Zayas in the saddle. One has been going really good in there. So 3 deep for me in race number 10.
Back to the main track for race 11, 6 furlong allowance optional claiming. And Ron, I thought this race was really wide open. I went 4 deep in here, but I think it all revolves around I'll Fight Dempsey, who was so good in his debut. Disappointed last time out. What did you do with him in here?
Well, I got him on top. He flattened out. He was the odds-on choice going 7 furlongs last time out. It's Todd Pletcher. It's Louis Saez. Boy, you're leaving this one off your Rainbow Six ticket, you're in trouble. I also use Haunted by the Music in 11 Whiskey Sunrise, but I'm glad that you went 4 deep in there. That's one of the races that scared me. So if I had the nerve to single a little early on in race number 9 with Social Paranoia, here's where I would go 4 or 5 deep.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a race you could spread a little bit. I was really intrigued by the number 1, September 10, who finally broke his maiden last time out. But this is a barn I think you kind of leave off sometimes at your own peril, but knocking on the door and does have Joel Rosario up. 1 race to go, Ronnie. We wrap things up on the main track and on going a mile. Starter optional claiming. This is a race I went 3 deep in here. I thought maybe the number 1, the Robert, at a bit of a price, I think 12 to 1 on the morning line, a little bit of a homecoming to Gulfstream could be interesting, and then using some of the logical favorites as well.
I didn't use that one, but I did have the 3 Pepe the Hunter. I used Dexter Road and Trapezoid, and I kept going back and forth in this race. And in my estimation, these were the 3 that I landed on. The Trapezoid, trained by Gerardo Quiros. I just think that guy hasn't started many horses. And I think that horse could run well with Edgar Zayas. So 3 deep in the final leg, as I mentioned. Swinging for the fences once again, 194.40. I never had a ticket like that.
I like it. Pool will be massive. It'll be a lot of fun Saturday here at Gulfstream Park. Rainbow Six mandatory payout races 7 through 12. Ronnie, great talking with you. Good luck with your ticket. Let's bring it down.
We're going to bring it down this week. Take care of yourself.
All right. Thanks, everybody. And just remember, you can wager online on expressbet.com and on the First Bet app. And we love seeing you play Gulfstream Park.